The story will be told from the perspective of the main female character.
Skylar is totally traumatized. You messed up our big moment. Don't come near us until you say you're sorry. That was the text my brother sent me. He didn't ask if I was doing okay. He didn't ask if the ambulance got there fast enough. He was just pissed that my injury ruined his fiancée's mood. I watched the nurse put stitches into the deep cut on my forehead. Then I looked at my phone. I didn't try to argue. I didn't ask him how he could be so mean. I just typed one word, done. Then I opened a different app. I found the email chain from the title company, the one that said we were clear to close the deal. It had the loan officer, the real estate agents, and all the lawyers on it. I didn't write a long story. I just attached my hospital discharge papers and hit reply all so everyone would know why I was killing the deal. You have to understand where that money came from. I am 34 years old and my hands are covered in scar tissue. I work as a sous chef in one of the busiest kitchens in Seattle. That $75,000 for the down payment wasn't just some number. It was 10 years of grease burns, missed holidays, bad veins in my legs, and 16-hour shifts standing on hard mats. My brother never had those scars. He was the prince and I was the wallet. 3 months ago, he brought his fiancée to my apartment. She sat on my cheap couch from a thrift store, wrinkling her nose at the smell of my work clothes, and told me about their dream. She wanted a $750,000 custom house up in the hills. She talked about natural light and rooms for making social media videos. The bank is being difficult, she said, waving her hand with a fresh manicure. That was an understatement. Her credit score was only 580. She owed more money to Sephora than she actually earned, but she had my brother wrapped around her finger, and my brother used my mom's dying wish against me. Take care of your brother, Isabella. He needs you. So I said yes. I signed as the guarantor. I emptied my savings for the down payment and the closing costs. For 3 months I worked double shifts to pay for the extra things the girl demanded. While I was sweating over a grill scraping burnt carbon off steel, my phone would buzz with Instagram alerts. There she was, standing on the empty land I paid for, holding a glass of champagne. The caption said, "Building our empire, boss babe, new home." She never tagged me. She never thanked me. Honestly, she treated me like an employee she didn't have to pay. She would text me at midnight with things like, "Transfer $6,500 for the marble upgrade. The granite looked cheap. I paid it. I didn't say anything. I thought I was doing what my mom wanted. I thought I was helping my brother's future. Really, I was just paying for people to disrespect me." The final walkthrough happened 48 hours before we were supposed to close. The house was still just a frame of raw wood, metal bars, and dust. I parked my old Honda next to her BMW X7. She was already filming. She held her phone up, showing the unfinished porch to her followers, talking about manifesting dreams. My brother followed her like a shadow, carrying her purse. I walked up the wooden steps. She groaned, putting her phone down. She pointed a nail at a grey box on a pole at the edge of the lot. "Isabella, tell the builder to move that ugly thing. It is ruining the backdrop for my new home vlog intro." I looked at the box. The red light blinked once. "It's a motion sensor camera for lumber theft," I said. My voice was flat. "Lumber prices are high, people steal it at night. It stays." She rolled her eyes and turned away from the camera. "Fine, whatever. Nobody watches those gritty security feeds anyway." She took us to the back patio, which was just a big piece of wet concrete over a muddy hill. She turned around with a big, fake smile on her face. "Okay, so here is the surprise," she said while clapping her hands. "I told the contractor to add the infinity pool package. It is only an extra $45,000. We can just roll it into the final loan amount, right?" My stomach felt sick. "The loan is maxed out," I told her. "I already paid the extra money for the marble and the smart glass. There is no $45,000. "Then write a check," she said, shrugging her shoulders. She acted like she was picking lint off her expensive jacket. "You have savings." "That was my retirement," I said. I could feel the heat rising in my neck. "That was everything. I have $15 in my checking account until payday. The answer is no. The mood between us snapped. Her smile disappeared instantly. She stepped right into my personal space. Her perfume was so strong and floral that it made my throat feel tight. "Stop acting like a martyr. It is pathetic," she hissed. She kept her voice low so my brother, who was standing 10 feet away, wouldn't hear how mean she was being, but I heard every single word. "Look at you," she sneered, looking at my work clothes, my messy hair, and my tired face. "You are 34, you are single, and let's be honest, you are barren. No husband, no kids. What else are you going to do with your money? Take it to the grave." I just stood there frozen. She was so cold and calculated that it took my breath away. "Buying this house for us is the only useful thing you will ever do," she finished. "So stop whining and pay the bill. It is your duty." My duty, my voice was shaking. My duty was to my mother. She asked me to look after my brother, not pay for a parasite. His fiancée's eyes went wide. She let out a sharp, angry scream. "Don't you dare talk about her. She is dead because she exhausted herself, just like you." Then she lunged at me. She hit my chest with a lot of force. It wasn't a stumble, she shoved me. My boots slipped on the loose rocks on the concrete slab. My arms went up trying to grab something, but there was nothing there. Gravity took over. I fell backward off the unfinished porch. Everything spun, the blue sky, the grey concrete and jagged metal. My shoulder slammed into a pile of construction trash, old cement blocks and scrap metal. It felt like a bolt of white-hot lightning shot down my arm. My head hit the dirt so hard my teeth rattled. For a second, all I could hear was a high-pitched ringing. Then the real pain started. I tried to roll over, but my arm wouldn't move. I looked up. She was standing on the ledge, looking down at me. For a split second, I saw total terror in her eyes. Then she blinked, and her fake face was back. My brother ran to the edge. "Oh my God!" He started to climb down to help me. "Stop!" His fiancée grabbed his arm. She had a very strong grip. She slipped. "Caleb, look at her. She is fine." "She is bleeding," my brother stammered, looking at the blood running into my eye. "She is being dramatic," she snapped, pulling him toward the car. "We are leaving. If we stay, she will just make a scene and blame me. Get in the car." My brother looked at me lying broken in the dirt, holding my shoulder. Then he looked at her. He lowered his head and got into the BMW X7. I watched through the dust and pain as their taillights disappeared down the driveway. The nurse finished putting the last piece of tape on the bandage over my eye and walked out. I sat there all by myself, listening to the sound of the hospital's air system. For a long time I tried to convince myself that my brother was just a hostage. I told myself his fiancée had him trapped and he was just waiting for me to rescue him. That was the reason I covered all the costs. That was why I let them insult me. I thought I was buying his way out. But as I sat there, smelling like cleaning chemicals and dried blood, the cold truth finally settled in my chest. My brother wasn't a prisoner. He was the person driving the getaway car. He saw me go down. He heard the sound of my shoulder hitting that hard concrete. And when his fiancée told him to drive away, he didn't think twice. He didn't call 911. He didn't turn around to check on me. He just put the car in gear and ditched his own sister in the dirt because he was more afraid of an argument with his girl than he was of my death. He wasn't a victim at all. He was helping her do it. Suddenly my phone vibrated. It wasn't a message this time. It was an alert from the title company's app. The screen said, "Transaction confirmed. Wire transfer received, $35,000. I looked at the phone in shock. His fiancée had actually done it. She had emptied out her secret bank account, the money she lied about not having when I was stuck paying for the marble. She sent it to the escrow company for the final closing. She was all in. She really thought that her little show of power at the house had worked on me. She thought I was scared, quiet, and ready to sign all the loan papers the next morning. She believed she had won the game. I looked down at the papers the doctor had left on my lap. These were my discharge papers. The diagnosis was written in bold letters. Concussion grade 3, AC joint separation, lifting limit £0, work status incapacitated, estimated recovery time 6 months. I work as a sous chef. If I can't lift a heavy pan, I can't do my job. If I can't do my job, I don't have an income. And in the world of home loans, that is what lenders call a major financial change. I opened a draft email I had started, with the subject line urgent notice regarding financial status change. My hand was shaking as I took a photo of the medical report and attached it. I held my thumbs over the screen. I didn't write some long, dramatic story about my family betraying me. I didn't talk about being pushed or the insults. I kept it strictly professional. To the people in charge of this loan, I wrote, since I am the guarantor for the house on Skyline Drive, I am legally required to let you know that my financial situation has changed. As of 4 this afternoon, I am medically unable to work and will have no income for the next 6 months. Please look at the attached hospital report. I cannot sign the closing papers tomorrow because it would be mortgage fraud. Sincerely, Isabella. I looked at the list of people I was sending it to, the loan officer, the real estate people, the title company, and the bank people. I tapped send. The next morning was the day we were supposed to finish the deal. I woke up to my phone vibrating so hard it fell off my nightstand. It hit the floor and kept buzzing like a loud insect. I had 42 missed calls. 20 were from my brother. 22 were from his fiancée. I picked it up and saw a wall of crazy text messages. Answer the phone, you can't do this. The bank said no, you have to fix this. I didn't reply to any of them. Instead, I opened a single message from the title company. It was a formal letter in a PDF. The words were very legal and dry, but they were devastating. Notice of financing failure. Because the guarantor has withdrawn, the buyer is now in default. The seller is going to keep the $35,000 deposit as a penalty. I put the phone down and took a sip of cold coffee. His fiancée had signed a paper the day before saying they didn't need a backup plan for the money. She was so sure I would sign that she got rid of her own safety net just to make her offer look better. Now that net was gone and her $35,000 was gone too. But people like her don't just go away. They fight back. My phone pinged with an Instagram alert. His fiancée was going live. I clicked it. She was sitting in the front seat of her BMW X7. Black mascara was running down her face in lines. She was acting like she couldn't breathe, holding her stomach. I don't know why she wants to hurt us so much, she sobbed to the camera. 5,000 people were watching her. My fiancé's sister has always been so jealous of me, but yesterday, she stopped to be dramatic and wiped away a tear. Yesterday she attacked me at the house, she pushed me. She tried to, she knew I was pregnant. You guys, she tried to kill my baby. My blood went cold. The comments started flying in. Oh my God, you should sue her, she's a monster, call the cops. We lost the house, the girl wailed. She ruined our credit and stole our deposit money. We have to stay in a Motel 6 because we already left our apartment. We have nothing left, please, if anyone can help us. A link for donations popped up at the bottom of the screen. She was good at this. She was scary good. She had taken her own crime, flipped it around, and was now using it to trick strangers into giving her money while she destroyed my life. I closed the app. I didn't say a word. I didn't report the video. Instead, I called Rick, the construction foreman. Hey Isabella, he said. His voice sounded rough. I heard about the mess. You doing okay? I need a favor, Rick, I said. That camera on the wood pile, does it record sound? It's high-def video and audio saved to the cloud, he told me. It can see license plates from 50 yards away. Send me the video from yesterday at 4:20 p.m., I told him. I already grabbed it, Rick said. I saw what she did to you, check your email. The email showed up just 10 seconds later. I opened the file and the view was perfect. The lens captured the entire porch. The video showed his fiancée cornering me and the sound was crystal clear. The camera caught every nasty word she said. Paying for this place is the only thing you're actually good for. Then it showed the shove. I watched myself fly backward. It showed her grabbing my brother's arm and dragging him away while I stayed motionless in the dirt. I sent that file straight to the detective who talked to me at the hospital. I wrote one short sentence: evidence for case 49201, assault and filing a false police report. 2 hours later, a friend sent me a different video. Someone had filmed it on a cell phone in the parking lot of the Motel 6 by the highway. It showed his fiancée in handcuffs, screaming at a cop that she was a famous influencer. My brother was standing by the door of room 104, holding a bag of burgers, just watching her get pushed into the back of a police car. He didn't try to help her. He didn't argue with the officers. He just stood there. 3 weeks later, the silence in my new place was so thick I could almost taste it. It wasn't a huge house made of glass. It was a 400-square-foot studio above a bakery in the city. The floors creaked, the heater hissed, and all I could see out the window was a brick wall. It was perfect. I sat on a mat, slowly moving my shoulder. It felt stiff like a rusty door hinge, but the sharp pain was gone. The stitches were out, leaving a pink line that hid in my hair. I opened my bank app. My balance was $78,200. The down payment, the closing costs, and my emergency cash, it was all there. Every dollar I had earned over a hot grill for 10 years was back where it belonged. His fiancée hadn't touched a cent of it. In fact, since she lost her $35,000 deposit to the seller, she basically paid me back for every marble upgrade and expensive dinner she had forced me to buy over the last few months. Karma is a very good accountant. Suddenly, my doorbell app sent a notification. Someone was at the door. I checked the screen and it was my brother. He looked terrible. His eyes were sunken, his fancy jacket was a mess, and he hadn't shaved in days. He pounded on the door. "Isabella," his voice came through the speaker. "I know you're in there, please. Her bail is set at $12,000 and we don't have it. Mom wouldn't want this, she wouldn't want her in a cell." I watched him on the screen. The brother I used to take care of. I didn't get up. I didn't unlock the door. I just pressed the talk button. "Our mother is gone," I said quietly, "and the ATM is out of order." "Please," he yelled, "she's pregnant." "No, she isn't," I told him. "The detective checked her medical records when she went to jail. She's just a liar and now you're all alone." I turned off the intercom and blocked his number. I poured myself a cup of tea and enjoyed the quiet. The legal system moves slow, but it hits hard. 6 months after the house deal died, I sat in the back of a courtroom. I watched his fiancée stand in front of a judge. She wasn't wearing designer clothes or holding champagne. She was in an orange jumpsuit. There were no social media filters to hide the truth. She took a plea deal for assault and lying to the police. The judge gave her 18 months in jail and 3 years of probation. She also had to pay me $11,800 for my medical bills and the work I missed. But the real punishment was that she was broke. She lost her deposit, her car was taken back by the bank, and her brand was dead. She went to jail with only $55,000 to her name. As they led her away, she looked back, but not at me. She was looking for my brother. He was sitting 2 rows behind me, looking like a ghost in a cheap suit. He didn't wave. He just stared at the floor. 3 months after that, I got a letter at the bakery. It was from a cheap motel 40 miles away. I recognized my brother's handwriting. I stood over the trash can with the envelope in my hand. I knew exactly what it said. It would be pages of "I'm sorry," followed by "she tricked me," and then a request for a loan. I didn't even open it. I just dropped it in the recycling bin. That night my apartment wasn't quiet. It was full of life. My friend Jenna was cooking in the kitchen. Rick, the foreman who helped me with the video, was fixing a leaky faucet and telling jokes. We had wine and music. These people weren't my family by blood, but they were the ones who actually cared. When I fell, Rick gave me the proof I needed. When I couldn't work, Jenna brought me food and never asked for money. This taught me a hard lesson. People usually get mad at the villain, the person who pushes you, but the villain is easy to see. The dangerous person is the one who lets it happen. For 10 years I thought my brother was just weak. I thought I was protecting him by paying his way. I was wrong. He wasn't a passenger. He was the one driving the car away after I got hurt. He chose his own comfort over my life. I live by 3 rules now. Rule 1, access to my life is a privilege, not a right because of DNA. If a stranger treated you like that, you'd call the cops. Stop giving family a pass for being toxic. Rule 2, the person who stays silent is an accomplice. If someone watches you get hurt and says nothing, they aren't neutral. They've picked a side. Rule 3, never sign a contract for someone who wouldn't bleed for you. Money is just your hard-earned energy. If they want your money but hate you, close your wallet. I'm Isabella. I have a scar on my head and a small apartment, but my heart is finally light. Who in your life is asking you to keep them warm while they hold the match? Don't wait for them to push you. Just walk away.